Hello and welcome to the Baron Breaks. So yeah, back at the club. I think it's called the Brothers Club, just up the road from the Sunland Cairns Caravan Park. Now, reason coming here, yeah. So getting the flyers printed, and it's just going to take. I don't know, it's going to take about an hour. So yeah, just ordered a cheese tomato toasty and a hot chocolate. And as you can see, the fountain, pretty good. There's sort of just some proofs of the minuscule ant, and I've got sort of the Colombian cap on the chair. You're not allowed to wear hats in clubs for some reason. Now tonight, yeah, so I booked in for this. What is it, Cairns Circa or something? Some performance at the Cairns Performing Arts Centre. Starts 7 a.m. Should be pretty good. I don't know. Oh, it's great. Thanks. Yeah.
There you go.
Hot chocolate just arrived. Cheers. Cheers. Quite sweet. Quite a lot of chocolate. Yeah, so Baron booked in for I guess every week. And you kind of do this, it's kind of interesting. You look at what sort of arts or what sort of theatre, performing arts, comedy, and just go along. It's not that much, it's about $35, and it's a 50 minutes, which to me is a little bit short, but that should be good. And yeah, so I got that 7 o'clock, 7 to 8, and then planning the nightlife after that, and that's why I'm sort of wearing this pink, the nightlife top, and of course, yeah, we'll wear the jewelry, the crystal necklace, and the bracelet. It's the whole package, Baron. So planning nightlife, probably a club. I'm assuming clubs Friday night. I mean, yes, Saturday night, but I'm assuming Friday night as well. And then tomorrow, change the Greyhound from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Much better timing. And we'll get to, Townsville, then I've got to change, go to Magnetic Island in the afternoon, again hit the nightlife, being Saturday night. So it'll be 2 nights nightlife from Baron. Oh, it's great, yeah. Thanks, yeah. That's the toasty, so now I've got cheese tomato and pineapple toasty, and hot choco, with the fountain in the background. Just exquisite. Yeah, so Magnetic Island tomorrow, hanging out, backpackers, magnetic for, 3-4 nights or something, before heading inland. I think Cloncurry, Mount Isa. And so, yeah, I haven't actually done any activity yes, of course, yes. Did go to the rainforest, the Corunda. That was on the Tuesday, and but didn't worry about the waterfall tour, which would have been good. But again, it's just too much. I think one activity is enough. One big activity in a particular spot, and also did go on that waterfall, swim under the waterfall in Airlies. So it's sort of a little bit of a duplication. Quantum Dude, NYU Quantum Technology Lab guy back, an exquisite cafe. Where is the Baron? Yeah, so the Baron's at the it's called the Brothers Club, and I mean, I don't know, you can just Google. It's in where is it? I don't know, Maruna. I don't know. It's north of Cairns, and not far from the Sunland Cairns Caravan Park, which the Baron is staying at, so it's only 10-minute walk. So you can stay at the Caravan Park cheap, and then you can just hang out at this club. They had poker. They had a poker tournament last night, $20 entry. I don't know. They've probably got music. They've got this stand-up stage, so maybe they have, I don't know, some sort of band playing or something, comedy. They've got this stage. In fact, I'll just stage now. You can see it there. Yeah, you can see part of there's a stage there. You can see the wooden floor, and they've got a sort of blocking the wall, but they've got a chair, and so maybe they have a band of music. Twitch might not be working. Well, I don't know. I don't set it up. In fact, I got this quantum guy, Tim, who can't even get a gig. His name's Tim. Can't even get a gig MIT, and has to go to NYU. I don't know. Maybe they don't have a quantum at MIT. Now you may need to log back into Twitch. Okay, well I can't do that now, so we'll have to do that maybe on the next stream or in the future. Now the flyer. Yeah, so I've got the flyer. Here's the flyer now. In fact, I can read it out. There it is. There's a flyer. Made a few tweaks. He's posted in NYU versus MIT. NYU far better than MIT. I don't know. What do you think, guys? NYU better than MIT? NYU is New York University, and MIT is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. But if you look at the rankings, I don't know whether you agree with the rankings. MIT typically comes in 1, even ahead of Harvard. Harvard generally comes in 2, MIT 1. Yeah, because MIT is technology and Harvard's sort of more classical. But yeah, both in Boston. Of course, Baron went to Boston, visited MIT, went to the museum at MIT, very good, and of course bought the T-shirt of MIT, which of course spells out MIT in symbols, mathematics symbols, with I being the complex number, the imaginary number. But did a tour of Harvard, and of course both Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates both dropped out of Harvard. I don't know, maybe they just should have gone to MIT and done some sort of computing course or something. Or I don't know, maybe they just didn't need to at the end of the day. So maybe if you want to kind of emulate the Mark Zuckerbergs or the Bill Gates, maybe you go to MIT and then drop out, and then just build a business and make a mint or whatever, make a million. Yeah, quantum to MIT nerds. Yeah. Well, if you watch the movie, yeah. In fact, what's the movie? The movie was at Harvard, wasn't it? It was at Harvard. Mark Zuckerberg, The Social Network. Excellent movie, worth seeing. A Stanford. What was it? Stanford. Yeah, Princeton. The Beautiful Mind. You know, John Nash said it at Princeton, and the Baron visited Princeton, but incidentally didn't go to the fountain. I don't know. Remember the fountain where John Nash was walking around when he came back to Princeton, and remember he was walking around the fountain, that infamous fountain, and for some reason Baron didn't actually visit the fountain. I don't know, just kind of forgot. And the office that John Nash worked out of, I wasn't able to actually see that. It was kind of blocked. I don't know. Well, yeah, he had to go through reception, and it was kind of you couldn't actually get to see the actual office. You could only go to the hall where the reception was to get to the office. But they did have the room number of the John Nash office. So yeah, I basically did go there at the end of the day. Just didn't actually see the actual office. What's this? Stanford Shopping Centre. Just saw them. Yeah, I actually agree with. I agree with this NY Quantum dude or Tim. Yes, it is a very good. Stanford is a very good shopping centre. I agree. It is probably the best shopping centre I've ever seen. Just straight up stalking John Nash, and I believe is it Stanford where they have the particle accelerator, the $1 billion project of the particle accelerator at Stanford. I believe that's the case. I think you can do a tour if you want to see the particle accelerator, what's this? Palo Alto, Silicon Valley. I don't know what reference that is. Yeah, they do have a linear accelerator. SLACs. What's that? Stanford Laboratory. I don't know. Accelerator Complex. I don't know. SLAC. But worth visiting, and worth visiting Stanford, which is in. Where's that? That's in. I don't know. Where is that? I visited that. It's on the. Is it in? No, it's not. It's not in LA. It might be in San Francisco. I think it's in San Francisco. Yeah. Yeah. Stanford Linear Accelerator Center. And where is that? Is that in San Francisco? Can you just respond to that? I believe it's in San Fran. Yeah, San Fran. Yeah. And that's where, of course, the Rock is the infamous Alcatraz prison. We're seeing, in fact, I believe that is the most popular visited exhibit in the whole of the US. And we're seeing, definitely we're seeing. But they've also got the world's windiest road in San Francisco, and it's also worth, walking that road. You sort of walk down it kind of walks up a cliff. It's the world's windiest road, and maybe taking a car. In fact, you can actually walk faster than cars because they have to go so slowly because it is the world's windiest road. Hang on, it's like an hour south of San Fran. Yeah, well, okay, you just catch a bus. It's basically San Fran. It's San Fran. I mean, yeah, they don't have campuses right in the middle of the centre. I mean, everyone agrees. It is San Fran. Let's not get pedantic or into the semantics over, is Stanford in San Fran? I mean, it's basically San Fran. Now the other thing we're seeing in San Fran is the tallest trees, the world's tallest trees. You go to this national park. It's fantastic, and you walk amongst the tallest trees. Also worth doing. So San Fran's great. Worth visiting San Fran. LA, yes, New York, but I don't know. It's intense, and I know New York University. Well, yeah. In fact, Barron visited New York University, but you better not go to Boston. Go to MIT. Go to Harvard. Go to the classic Harvard, John Harvard, and get a photo shoot with the statue of John Harvard. Worth doing. Everyone does it. Everyone just queues up just to get a photo shoot of the statue of John Harvard and do a tour. Do a tour of Harvard. And yeah, if you can, I don't know, maybe enroll in Harvard and then just drop out. Just say, Bill Gates, Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard. So yeah, I'm just going to drop out and make amends. Yeah, it's far better to stalk John Nash. Just a bit of a tragedy with the John Nash life, given the fact that he got killed in a taxi. But of course, Barron went to the John Nash, the 60th anniversary of John Nash in Sao Paulo, and Barron presented talking on the Kelly equilibrium, much better than the Nash equilibrium. Yeah, I tried to rip apart the Nash equilibrium. Yeah, it is better. I have actually sort of published on this as well, and looking to do some research on this. You have to. Again, we're assuming risk. You're assuming you had a bankroll, and when there's risk involved, it makes sense to be risk adverse for the favourable player, and typically the Kelly equilibrium, multiplying the Kelly betting fraction by the Nash equilibrium. I guess you guys already knew that, didn't you? John Nash's ghost, spooky. Yeah, it's a bit like the what is it? The Michael Jackson. Incidentally, yes, Michael Jackson did die on the Baron's birthday. Save the day, 26th of January, but it was 25th in the US. Did the Baron heckle John Nash? Yeah, I don't know. I only got a poster actually. Yeah, I didn't get a PowerPoint or an oral presentation. I only got a poster, and the work itself. Yeah, it was a bit underdone. And John Nash was walking around, having a look at the posters. They were kind of mainly student, but didn't come back past the Barron's poster. No, of course not. No. So yeah, a great conference. So overall, and the organisers, fantastic jobs. They circulated something like 1,000. They had to contact 1,000 people via email for the conference. Such an elaborate setup. There were 4 Nobel Prize presenters. Of course, John Nash. There was Robert Orman. There was Roger Myerson and Eric Maskin. 4 Nobel Prize presenters who got a Nobel Prize in game theory for their work, and they were typical mathematicians. They weren't economists. They were mathematicians. If you want to understand game theory, it's best to do game theory through mathematics and be a mathematician rather than an economist, because it is highly a mathematical game theory. In fact, typically most of the Nobel Prize winners in economics that have achieved the prize in game theory are basically mathematicians. But you saw him in the bathroom. Yeah, that was kind of a bit of a... Hang on, I just got to take a break. Have a hot chocolate. Hang on. Don't drip the hot chocolate. So what was the situation with the bathroom? So I was kind of... just going prior to that, I didn't actually get... Some people actually got a photo with John Nash, which would have been pretty good. I don't know, it was just kind of a bit strange, just kind of go up and... can I just get a photo with John Nash? So I didn't sort of do that. Now, I was actually sitting on the final night where they had... they did kind of... it was kind of dancing and music and... I don't know. It was good dancing. It was typical dancing. Well, when I say dancing, it was kind of dancing, with the partner doing kind of salsa and this kind of, excuse me, Brazilian kind of salsa, kind of that sort of a Latin style dancing. And they had the Macarena and so on. But of course, no, John Nash wasn't exactly dancing, and neither was the Baron. Baron is not exactly the best dancer, so. I was kind of sitting at a table with John Nash. That was kind of interesting. Yeah, he's not exactly the most sociable kind of person. He's not exactly a extrovert, and I didn't exactly talk with John. I mean, it kind of just sort of been, I don't know, just yeah. And so yes, there was the Now he was interviewed. They had an interview with John Nash, and he was asked, how did you come up with the Nash equilibrium? And his reply was, for psychological reasons, unable to answer that particular question. I don't know what to make of that. But I did take a photo of John Nash when he was interviewed, so I do have that on as a photo. Now I've also got the show bag, or the John Nash bag, from the conference, and it said 60th anniversary of the Nash equilibrium, so I do have the actual show bag. But getting on to the point, when I was... so basically security was kind of following around everywhere. And when he went into the bathroom, so the security guy sort of waited outside the bathroom while John Nash went into the bathroom. And I don't know, the Baron happened to be in the bathroom where John Nash was there, and it was just like really inquisitive, like, I don't know, just like searching around for the paper towel. I don't know, it was just kind of, But I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, he just wasn't well, and you could see that through the movie, and that's why his behaviour was And so, how good was the Nash equilibrium? Yes, you could argue. Yes, it was kind of revolutionary. But then again, Barron did come up with the Kelly equilibrium, but he did come up with the Nash arbitration scheme, and it wasn't just the Nash equilibrium. And he was doing a lot of other work in mathematics, in manifolds, and so he was a math genius, and at the end of the day, very deserving of the Nobel Prize. And the Nash equilibrium is widely used in economics. It wasn't founded by the von Neumann Morgenstern in their what was it, 1930s book on the economics behaviour. What was it? Game theory, economics behaviour, or something, where they reformulated economics by using game theory. They didn't have the Nash equilibrium. They only had the minimax, which typically applies to zero sum. They didn't cater for the non-zero sum case, and that was formulated by John Nash in 1950, and he published a paper. In fact, that was his PhD, 26 pages of this Nash equilibrium, and then in 2010, so 60 years later, after publishing this result, he then got a Nobel Prize. So yeah, and of course a movie, and obviously one of the best movies of all time. Now getting back to the Quantum Lab guy, John Nash and the Baron doing the Macarena. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, and kind of live stream or something? Yeah. Yeah, that would kind of be like, and then he was insane. So, yeah. Anyway, okay, yeah, so I've got the flyer. Maybe I'll just read out the flyer. Yeah, so I've got the flyer. There we go. So the minuscule ant by Tristan Barnett. I won't read a poem, but I've got here. So mass matters. So did you know that COVID joke is an anagram of Djokovic? E is a transcendental number equal to 2.71828182845 ... So being transcendental doesn't repeat itself. And Novak denied up to 3 slams due to COVID. Thus, how many slams was Novak expected to win due to COVID? And then I've put in here tennis trivia. Did you know that Tennis Sangren, and that's tennis with a Y, not an I, is a professional tennis player? I is an imaginary number equal to square root of -1. And beach tennis is a recognised sport played on sand. Thus, should Tennis Sangren be playing lawn or beach tennis? And yeah, and also the joke is, of course, I being the square root of -1, and imaginary, so you could actually write tennis. You could replace the Y by an imaginary, being I, or the square root of -1. Doesn't get much better than that, Baron. And so now we've got the Baron Breaks live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, talking travel, tennis, goats, minuscule ants, rock ptarmigans, tennis sangrens, saint sinners, and the occasional Novak COVID joke, 2.71821, etc. And of course the sinners being Yannick Sinner, and that's why I put saint sinners. So yeah, I don't know, I could have thrown in, I don't know, Coco Goffs, Corey Goffs, Ashley Barty parties, but I don't know, kind of ran out of space, but you see what I'm sort of getting at. Feedback on the poster so far has been, this is wild, what is this? I don't know what he's talking about. Okay, so yeah, I think we'll leave it at that. And that was the Baron Breaks. Oh, it's okay.